After my fiancée's company went public, she considered me useless and found a third party, so I withdrew all my investments from her company. When my fiancée Jiang Ningning's new company successfully went public, I took an overnight flight back to the country to attend the ribbon-cutting ceremony. As I walked towards her with the wedding ring, Jiang Ningning looked terrified and broke down screaming in front of all the media. "Chairman Bai, I haven't been your personal assistant for a long time. Can you please leave me alone and stop sending me to investors' beds?" The whole venue was in an uproar, with major media turning their cameras toward me. "Ningning, what are you saying? Didn't we agree to wait until your company went public?" I reached out to grab her, but was violently pushed away by the man beside her. "You disgusting, filthy man, get away from my wife immediately. I've already called the police. Prepare to face legal consequences." I was surrounded by the audience, watching the two of them leave in an embrace amid the crowd's verbal abuse. After leaving the police station, I immediately dialed an international call. "Assistant Liang, notify the company's finance department to immediately withdraw all investments in Jiang Biotech Company." Sitting by the hotel's floor-to-ceiling window, I browsed through the latest trending topics on domestic social media platforms. Shocking. White group's heir apparent accused of harassing former assistant. Involved party Jiang Ningning appears in livestream. Hopes all girls stay away from workplace bullying and improper means. I clicked on Jiang Ningning's livestream and heard her tearfully saying, "Dear viewers and friends, CEO Bai Jingchuan was once my boss. I worked under him for 3 years. After subjecting me to workplace quid pro quo, he forced me to sleep with foreign investors. If I refused to entertain clients, he threatened to post my photos on international websites. Under long-term oppression, I developed anxiety-based depression and frequently made mistakes at work. With age taking its toll on my appearance, I was forced to resign from White Group. Fortunately, after returning to my country, I met Zhou Han, who never looked down on me as a tainted woman, but instead constantly encouraged and accompanied me." At this point, Jiang Ningning gave the man a sweet smile. In the live stream comments, the viewers' reactions changed from uniformly cursing me as a heartless capitalist to praising their redemptive love story. Hearing Jiang Ningning's slander against me, I felt at a loss. Just last night, she was sweetly calling me husband during our video call, yet today she had sent me to the police station. The 10-minute live stream quickly ended, and the next moment I received a message from Jiang Ningning. "Jingchuan, you understand, negative publicity is still publicity, and a new company can't survive without traffic. It's hard for a woman like me to make it out here, and you haven't really helped me. The new company is going public solely because of my efforts. Johan is more professional than you when it comes to public opinion. Just bear with it for now. After I make good use of this wave of attention, I'll come reward you." I remained silent for a while, feeling that her face had become very unfamiliar. However, I had only one question in my mind. "Ningning, who was that man who hit me today? Are you two really married?" "Jing Chuan, don't wrongly accuse me. I only have you as my dear husband. Johan is an actor I hired specifically to act with me online." Seemingly to stabilize my emotions, Jiang Ningning sent me a mirror selfie. She was wearing a black spaghetti-strap dress with bright red lipstick, deliberately trying to seduce me as usual. I thought to myself, no woman would dare send such photos to an adult man unless Jiang Ningning truly trusted me and wanted to marry me. Subsequently, I scrolled to Assistant Liang's contact, intending to ask him to restore the funding chain for Jiang Technology Company. Just as I was about to make the call, I received a call from my childhood friend Gu Minghua. Her tone was worried. "Jing Chuan, rumors about you are spreading across all major platforms. You need to hire PR to handle this immediately. Jing Chuan, are you feeling okay right now? Do you want to come out and talk with me?" Gu Minghua is my childhood friend, only a year younger than me. Since middle school, I've been studying abroad and living overseas. Later, she studied art and has now become a hot female celebrity in the country thanks to her outstanding acting skills and appearance. To let Jiang Ningning capitalize on this wave of attention, I refused out loud. "Minghua, this is a strategy Ningning and I discussed beforehand. Her company has just started and needs to attract customers' attention. Jing Chuan, if you don't address this soon, not only will your company's stock price drop, but your reputation will also be ruined, and everyone will turn against you." Gu Minghua said with a worried tone, continuing to persuade me. "Minghua, Ningning and I have been dating for 4 years. Since I love her, I should help her move up." I stayed in the hotel for 2 days, allowing netizens to viciously criticize me. During this time, Jiang Ningning used being busy with work as an excuse to avoid meeting me at the hotel. On the morning of the 3rd day, Gu Minghua's brother, Gu Minglang, sent me a message asking to meet for drinks and catch up. I was bored staying at the hotel, so I agreed. As soon as I arrived at the bar, my childhood friends were sitting together, with me surrounded in the middle. "Jing Chuan, the US is starting another tariff war now. Has your family business been affected?" Jing Chuan wasn't even afraid when he lost the domestic market. What's the big deal about the US market? His family still has the European and Australian markets as a safety net. I took a sip of sake and quickly said, "Come on, brothers, don't put me on a pedestal. You're like a ninja turtle, more patient than anyone." Gu Minglang took out his phone, scrolled to the news from the past couple of days, and said indignantly, "Jin Chuan, Jiang Mingning was your girlfriend for 4 years. When she said she wanted to return to China to build her career, you had all of us help with her business. But what did she do? As soon as the company went public, she turned around and smeared you in front of the media. It was a normal relationship, but she turned it into some fabricated workplace scandal." Looking at Jiang Ningning's comments smearing me on the phone, even though I had seen them hundreds of times in private, my heart couldn't help but ache. Thinking of Jiang Ningning's statement, I firmly defended her. Her company is using a traffic-generating policy, trying to gain fame through controversy. Gu Minglang sneered, "Such a tiny company with too much drama for its size. People without financial expertise really can't navigate the business world." This remark reminded me of how Jiang Ningning and I fell in love. Jiang Ningning majored in administrative management in college. After graduation, she was recruited by the HR department to work at my foreign company. 6 months after joining, at the company's annual party, she accidentally spilled red wine on me and insisted on helping with the dry cleaning, which was how she got my personal contact information. One day, she suddenly sent me a long string of emoticons, all saying, "I want to pursue you. I want to pursue you. I want to pursue you." I didn't reply for a long time. Jiang Ningning thought I was politely rejecting her. At 2 in the morning, she sent another message, "CEO, are you going to fire me?" Early the next morning, Jiang Ningning came to the office to pack up her things, planning to resign at the HR department. I stopped her and declared righteously, "Business is business. Personal matters are personal matters. Don't mix them together. CEO, I can't help but keep looking at you, and it's seriously affecting my work." Eventually, Jiang Ningning continued working at the company as my assistant. Perhaps because of her confession, I couldn't help but care about everything concerning her. Thus, we became lovers, having a 2-year office romance. Jiang Ningning said she wouldn't enter into marriage before establishing her own career, so I let her return to China to start a business, secretly supporting her medical aesthetics venture. After 2 years of long-distance relationship, I couldn't bear the taste of loneliness anymore. Coming back to China this time to congratulate Jiang Ningning on her company going public, I planned to propose to her and tell her that I intended to shift my business focus back to China. Suddenly, Gu Minglang scrolled through his phone and teased, "Jing Chuan, your Ningning is getting married, but the groom isn't you." Gu Minglang's words stunned me. My hand holding the wine glass froze midair, and for a moment, I couldn't process the meaning of his words. What? Ningning is getting married? I haven't even given her the ring yet. Who is she marrying? Who else would she marry? Of course it's her redemptive lover, that pretty boy who hit you. Gu Minglang made a there sound and placed his phone in front of my eyes. In the live stream on the phone, Jiang Ningning was wearing a white strapless wedding dress, looking blissful. "Dear family members, Johan and I are getting engaged. Can you all help me choose a wedding dress? Do you think I look better in a satin wedding dress or a mermaid-style one?" Wow, family members are complimenting my skin condition, saying it's so youthful it could squeeze water out. Let me share my little secret with you all. It's our company's latest Aussie Thermage treatment. It not only hydrates and moisturizes, but also lifts and tightens. Of course, the best beauty tip is to stay away from the wrong people and the wrong environment. Although CEO by Jing Chuan has never publicly apologized to me, I have already forgiven him. After saying this, her eyes were filled with tears, showing a kind of forced resilience. I sat on the sofa, my face extremely gloomy. I thought after she had exploited the previous wave of traffic, she would stop there and restore my reputation in front of the public. But I never expected she would continue to smear me and pour dirt on me. Gu Minglang, enjoying the drama, commented, "Your Ning Ning has handled this traffic wave well, promoting her personal romance, advertising company products, and simultaneously painting you as a villain boss, truly killing 3 birds with 1 stone." I threw my wine glass on the floor and took out my phone to call Jiang Ningning. In the live stream, a phone ringtone soon sounded. Jiang Ningning hung up my call while showing off to her online fans. "Everyone, this is the ringtone Johan specially recorded for me. Isn't it lovely? Everyone, sunshine always comes after the rain. If I hadn't been bullied in the workplace, I would never have met such an excellent partner as Johan." Ning Ning refused to answer my call, so I held back my anger and kept dialing. The next second, Ning Ning directly blocked my phone number. Because she kept her head down, some viewers commented, "Streamer, what are you doing? Why do you keep looking down? Is CEO by sending you threatening messages?" "Streamer, don't be afraid. Share the messages online, and we'll expose this ugly capitalist." Ning Ning felt touched and relieved, revealing a tearful smile. "Since everyone cares about me so much, I won't hold back anymore. I'll share the best news of why life with all of you, and I hope you can share in my happiness. In the live stream, Ning Ning's phone screen displayed a photo, a 4D ultrasound report. She wiped away her tears and continued chokingly. To be honest, back then when CEO Bai forced me to socialize with investors, my body was already damaged. I've even had 18 miscarriages, which took away my chance to be a mother. But I never imagined that heaven would favor me a second time, not only blessing me with a gentle and understanding lover, but also giving me my own biological child. Now I have only one wish, that my child won't despise his mother for being dirty. Speaking to this point, Jiang Ningning covered her face with her hands, crying tearfully. Johan suddenly entered the frame, embraced her, and repeatedly said, "I love you, Ningning." All viewers were moved by this scene of love. In the comment stream, netizens were posting, "By Jing Chuan, evil capitalist, go to hell, by Jing Chuan, get out of our Chinese market." Some people even use software to create my funeral portrait, constantly cursing my ancestors for 8 generations. While in my heart, there was only anger and despair from betrayal. Jiang Ningning and I dated for 4 years, and even when she deliberately took off her clothes and threw herself at me, before getting our marriage certificate, I strictly adhered to family values and never crossed the line. Now, she was pregnant with someone else's child. I left the bar and took a cab back to the hotel. My technical staff at the overseas company used Jiang Ningning's former employment information to find all her social media platforms. As it turned out, while I was convincing my parents to approve our marriage, while I was busy relocating the company back to China, Jiang Ningning was watching pandas in Chengdu with Zhou Han and viewing apricot blossoms on Tianshan Mountain with Zhou Han. And on her other secondary account, there were intimate photos of her and Zhou Han everywhere. Guided by this sense of betrayal, I opened our chat history from 3 days ago. When I kept zooming in on that photo, in the bathroom mirror's reflection, I could see Zhou Han's unclothed upper body and his lecherous gaze. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door, and Jiang Ningning said in a coquettish voice, "Jing Chuan, please open the door. I came specially to apologize to you." Jing Chuan, you have no idea. Today my traffic reached its peak. So many people came to group buy my products. I made a lot of money today. Upon hearing this, my heart was filled with bitterness. All of Jiang Ningning's sales these past few days were built upon slandering me. Faced with Jiang Ningning's coquettish voice, I gave no response. I only opened the camera at the hotel door to quietly observe the situation outside. Jiang Ningning was wearing light makeup, dressed in a white bathrobe, looking like an obedient RA. As a grown man, I naturally understood what she was wearing beneath that bathrobe. And in a corner not far away, I saw Zhou Han quietly holding up a camera, seemingly preparing to take compromising photos. I instantly understood what kind of comments would flood social media platforms tomorrow if I had opened the door just now. Seeing no response from me, Jiang Ningning called my phone, which I immediately silenced. "Jing Chuan, I know you're angry with me. That's why you don't want to see me. It was wrong of me to keep hurting you just to make money. I know I was wrong. I just want to tell you, tomorrow evening there's a business community banquet in City A, with big shots gathered and celebrities filling the doors. I want to hold a press conference at the banquet to help clear your name. I know about this banquet. I had originally planned to use this opportunity to introduce Jiang Ningning to various chairmen, help her become familiar with their faces, and get to know more investors. Looking at it now, she doesn't deserve this opportunity. I don't know how long Jiang Ningning made a scene outside my door. By the time I woke up in bed, it was already 10 in the morning. With the help of employees from the domestic company, I became refreshed and appeared at the business banquet with my best face forward. Just as I stepped out of the Rolls-Royce, reporters came up to me with microphones. "President Bai, regarding the accusations of workplace sexual harassment from your former assistant, are they true? President Bai, are you too fond of foreign open culture, leading your former assistant to engage in allegedly improper social interactions?" I cleared my throat and responded in a businesslike manner. If I were suspected of workplace bullying, Ms. Jiang should go to the police station to file a report, rather than letting internet users judge me in a live stream. If I were suspected of breaking the law, Chinese law would punish my wrongdoings, not let me escape justice. Suddenly, Jiang Ningning rushed into the crowd wearing a formal dress, dropped to her knees before me, holding up photos she had sent me, crying bitterly. "President Bai, I'm already engaged and pregnant. Why won't you leave me alone? Why do you still force me to sleep with you?" As soon as Jiang Ningning finished speaking, all the reporters immediately pointed their cameras at her photos, camera flashes constantly flashing, the reporters' words becoming increasingly sharp, as if they were treating me like a criminal being slowly executed. "President Bai, if you deeply love Ms. Jiang, why don't you marry her, instead of repeatedly pushing her into difficult situations? President Bai, you still maintain contact with Ms. Jiang and have overly intimate photos. Doesn't this indicate that you once forced her to The reporter's malicious accusation was interrupted by a pleasant voice. I grew up with Jing Chuan, and I know his character better than anyone. I turned to look. Gu Mingyue appeared wearing a red dress, standing beside me. She held up the ring on her hand, smiled brightly at the cameras, and said confidently, Jing Chuan and I have been secretly in love for some time. When we officially get married, you're all welcome to attend our wedding ceremony and join the celebration. Gu Mingyue was a popular female celebrity who had worked with many male stars, but never had any rumors about her relationships. Therefore, regarding her personal romantic life, the media had long wanted to dig up information, but could never find any traces. At this moment, when I was being accused by Jiang Ningning of inappropriate relations, when public opinion was beating me like a drowning dog, she stood by my side without hesitation, using her relationship status and popularity to prove my innocence. Immediately after, Gu Mingyue gently took my hand and playfully said, to be honest, both of us felt awkward transitioning from childhood friends to lovers, so we decided to wait for the right moment to share this good news. The media surrounded me and Gu Mingyue, holding microphones in front of us, continuously asking about our love story. I didn't want to tarnish Gu Mingyue's reputation because of my current infamy, so I considered denying the news. Gu Mingyue held my hand even tighter and took the initiative to explain. Jing Chuan has always been reserved since childhood. I was the one who confessed my feelings first. Please feel free to direct any questions to me. Meanwhile, Jiang Ningning was kneeling on the ground, constantly being pushed by reporters, with her clothes slipping down her chest. I took off my suit jacket and placed it over her back. This was my last act of protection for her, out of consideration for our past relationship. Then, I spoke in a cold tone. Miss Jiang, for your defamation and false accusations against me, I will use legal means to defend my rights according to the law. Jiang Ningning looked up in shock, her eyes full of disbelief, as she kept arguing. Jing Chuan, aren't we lovers? Why are you suddenly turning your back on me? I was just using the traffic for attention just now, but in my heart, I still love you. Jing Chuan, don't leave me. I'll clarify everything in front of the media right now. Tell them we've been in love for 4 years, that we're devoted to each other. I turned and left, no longer believing her words, and she was quickly dragged away by security. When the banquet ended, various platforms stopped their abuse towards me. Gu Mingyue's fans were very strong fighters. They dug up my academic records and various award certificates, praising me for excelling in both character and studies, and for frequently participating in charity activities. Moreover, they even managed to find comparison photos of Jiang Ningning before and after plastic surgery, and uncovered her dating history with Zhou Han. As it turned out, their relationship wasn't just the 2 years since Jiang Ningning returned to the country, but lasted as long as 5 years. Before becoming my assistant, Jiang Ningning and Zhou Han were already college sweethearts. More and more internet users began to speak out against Jiang Ningning, saying she was poorly behaved since middle school, dated multiple people simultaneously in college, and frequently stole her roommates' boyfriends. All at once, Jiang Ningning became like a rat crossing the street, universally despised. The same insults that internet users had once hurled at me were now directed at Jiang Ningning, intact and unchanged, but even more venomous. Suddenly, Gu Mingyue appeared with a wine glass in hand and apologized. Jing Chuan, I'm sorry for liking you without your permission, acting on my own. I closed my phone and looked at Gu Mingyue's tender gaze, my heart filled with frantic self-reproach. 1,000 words condensed into one sentence as I sincerely said, Mingyue, thank you for helping me out of this situation. I will make it up to you. With the help of the company's legal department, I sued Jiang Ningning for defaming my personal and company reputation and cut off all funding to her and her boyfriend. Early the next morning, when I woke up in the hotel, there were over 100 missed calls on my phone, all from Jiang Ningning. I immediately blocked her number. In the WeChat dialog box, Jiang Ningning sent me dozens of messages. If it weren't for needing to provide evidence to the court, I would have deleted her immediately. The most recent WeChat messages from Jiang Ningning read as follows. Jing Chuan, the company's funding has been cut off. If my career doesn't improve, we can never get married. Jing Chuan, I recently earned 3 million. I've already bought you a wedding ring, but I don't have money for a wedding dress yet. Would you help me out financially? Looking at these 2 messages, I really couldn't understand. I spent 10 million to buy a pink diamond ring, sincerely wanting to marry her, yet she embarrassed me in public, already had a child with Zhou Han, and now she's begging to marry me. While I was lost in thought, my phone rang with an international call. Thinking it might be an urgent matter from overseas staff, I answered. Unexpectedly, Jiang Ningning's anxious, tearful voice came through from the other end. Jing Chuan, you finally answered my call. I knew you wouldn't abandon me. Jing Chuan, now everyone online is calling me a socialite. They've dug up dirt from my middle school years, and they're bombarding my company with negative reviews. Please step in and help me resolve this, okay? I contained my anger and reminded her. Jiang Ningning, may I ask in what capacity should I step in? Jiang Ningning didn't detect anything wrong and instead responded as if in. Titled, Jing Chuan, we've been in a relationship for 4 years. Of course you should help me as my partner. I rubbed my forehead, unable to understand her way of thinking and behavior. Jiang Ningning, you were pregnant, and you even wore a wedding dress for Johan. I think in your heart, we're no longer in a relationship. Jing Chuan, I've already terminated the pregnancy. After I complete the recovery surgery, I'll still be a clean and pure woman. You can't leave me. Jiang Ningning, do you really think terminating a pregnancy can make up for your betrayal of me and all the defamation against me? Hearing this, Jiang Ningning's emotions on the phone became increasingly obsessive, gradually losing control as she said, by Jing Chuan, I've been with you for 4 years. I came back to China to start a medical aesthetics business just so we could be on equal footing. Now I'm being insulted by internet users, and you can't just stand by and do nothing. If you don't help me, I'll release all our photos and say you forced me into a relationship, then kick me aside when you thought I was past my prime. I didn't want to hear her voice anymore, so I hung up the phone directly. Jiang Ningning moved quickly. She released our chat records, accusing Gu Mingyue of knowingly being the third party who interfered in our relationship. To attract more traffic, she also started a live stream. Dear everyone, I'm very sorry I didn't clarify the truth clearly. During my relationship with CEO by Jing Chuan, Miss Gu Mingyue had been secretly sending him messages. That's why Miss Gu Mingyue has the engagement ring. After being betrayed by Jing Chuan, I angrily returned to the country, but I never expected that he still wouldn't let me go, and even forced me to abort the baby, continuing as his mistress. As she spoke, she produced the latest abortion surgery receipt. Johan also interjected in the live stream, putting on a concerned expression. Dear followers, I originally didn't want to reveal this scandal, but Jing Chuan is all-powerful and used every means to separate us, threatening that if she didn't abort the child, he would bury her in concrete. Ningning had no choice. To temporarily save my life, she had to abort the baby overnight. I have only one wish. I can leave Ningning, but I hope President Jing Chuan can let bygones be bygones, truly care for Ningning, and give her a home again. With their coordinated performance, public opinion instantly shifted. I felt extremely anxious, deeply worried that these statements would affect Gu Mingyue. I immediately called Gu Mingyue, and after a few seconds, the call connected. Jing Chuan, I was just reviewing a script. Is something wrong? Mingyue, Jiang Ningning has shown our chat history to netizens, accusing you of being the third party. You focus on your filming, and I will protect your reputation. Before I could finish, I was interrupted by Gu Mingyue. Jing Chuan, weren't we already engaged? Just show the auction record of the engagement ring, and the truth will be clear. I was slightly stunned. Last night, Gu Mingyue had helped me deal with the media. I had actually considered this solution, but I was afraid of dragging her deeper into the situation, so I had abandoned the idea. Mingyue, I'm afraid of damaging your reputation. You've worked hard in the entertainment industry for years without any gossip or scandals. The Golden Eagle Goddess voting is happening recently, and my votes aren't that high. Do me a favor and let me use this rumored relationship to gain votes and win the goddess crown. I put down my phone and asked the old mansion's servant to find the ring I had first auctioned when I was 18. That was when I had just come of age and planned it as a honeymoon gift for my future wife. No matter which ring it was, Jiang Ningning did not deserve to own it. To make the scene more convincing, I personally brought the ring to the filming location and handed the ring box to Gu Mingyue. Mingyue, I've come to give you the ring. Jing Chuan, once I put on this ring, I will never take it off. Gu Mingyue put on the ring, had the staff take photos of us together, and immediately edited a post to share on social media. A ring purchased by an 18-year-old boy fits perfectly on my 28-year-old self. In the comments section, everyone was celebrating our youthful love story, but only I understood that Gu Mingyue was helping me at the cost of falling into an abyss. I vowed in my heart that I would definitely help her secure the goddess throne. Internet users found inconsistencies by examining the chat records between Jiang Ningning and me. No matter what messages or pictures she sent, I only replied with one word. Okay. Oh my god, is this big sister Jiang on something? She clearly sent intimate photos harassing President Bai, and now she's accusing President Bai of using his power to take advantage of her. CEO White has truly been wrongfully accused. He only wanted to wish his former assistant success in her career, but instead was slandered as a heartless capitalist who took advantage of his subordinate. Wait everyone, I found Miss Jiang's medical records. She had an abortion procedure at my uncle's hospital, and calculating back, she was still in university at that time. In short, netizens only had one thing to say. Feel sorry for CEO White being falsely accused by an ungrateful person. Under the pressure of comments from curious onlookers, Jiang Ningning was forced to shut down her live stream and hastily went offline. As it happened, my overseas company had an order that required my signature in person. I had my assistant book the earliest available flight. When I arrived at the airport, Jiang Ningning was blocking the entrance, preventing me from entering. Ing Chuan, where are you going? Back to the company to handle some business. Many people around us were holding up their phones, and the bodyguards couldn't block these actions. Left with no choice, I asked the airport staff to arrange a coffee shop. The coffee shop offered great privacy, and those mobile bloggers couldn't get in. I had female staff perform a security check on Jiang Ningning to confirm she wasn't carrying any recording devices. Just after entering the cafe, Jiang Ningning rushed toward me, attempting to embrace me. Jingchuan, my online traffic has reached its peak now. Thousands of people are buying my medical beauty products in group purchases. I've earned a lot of money. So what does that have to do with me? Seeing that she couldn't embrace me, Jiang Ningning choked up. Jingchuan, I've worked so hard to build my online presence. As a pure, innocent girl, I claim to have had an abortion, allowing netizens to call me promiscuous. I finally became worthy of you, yet you ignore me. Seeing that I wasn't responding, Jiang Ningning forced tears and continued talking incessantly. Jingchuan, do you think I'm lying? If necessary, you can examine my body right now to see if I've ever been with anyone else. Jiang Ningning made a motion to remove her clothes, revealing her smooth shoulders. I closed my eyes, refusing to watch her humiliate herself. But I didn't stop my actions, casually picking up the iced Americano and pouring it over her. The ice-cold coffee soaked her clothes, seemingly awakening Jiang Ningning's rationality, and she asked in confusion, Jingchuan, you're a gentleman. How could you pour coffee on me? Jiang Ningning, when dealing with an unreasonable shrew, a man doesn't need to maintain his gentlemanly demeanor. Jingchuan, have you gone mad? I'm your girlfriend of 4 years. I'm having a child with you now, nurturing the crystal of our love. I opened my eyes, my gaze incomparably cold, and uttered a perfectly clear sentence. I despise hypocritical, dirty women. Leaving these words behind, I turned and walked toward the door. Jiang Ningning, with coffee dripping from her hair, collapsed powerlessly in her seat. After handling the overseas orders, the company's legal department was collecting evidence and organizing charges, planning to use the law to sanction Jiang Ningning. At the same time, I completely cut off Jiang Ningning's funding chain. Many customers accused her of using counterfeit, inferior cosmetic products, which became a trending topic, with many demanding refunds. 1 month later, my legal case against Jiang Ningning officially went to trial. I sat in the plaintiff's seat, looking at the haggard Jiang Ningning, feeling completely unmoved. Throughout the entire trial, she looked at me earnestly and helplessly, her eyes full of pleading, begging me to let her off for the sake of our past relationship. When it was her turn to speak, she turned her gaze toward me, continually begging for forgiveness. Jingchuan, I was wrong. I was really wrong. I shouldn't have two-timed you, nor should I have repeatedly smeared your reputation online. For the sake of having once been your employee, please show mercy and withdraw the lawsuit, okay? I'm so young. I really don't want to go to prison. The judge banged the gavel on the table, speaking in an extremely fair tone. Would the defendant please respect the court and refrain from speaking nonsense here? Perhaps Ji Ningning saw that I was serious. She tore open her shirt collar, revealing more than 10 crisscrossing blue-black scars. Jingchuan, all of this was instigated by Zhou Han. He owes 1 million in debt in Las Vegas, and if I didn't help him repay this debt, he would expose my dark history online, preventing me from marrying you. Jingchuan, I truly love you. I've made many mistakes in the past. I was afraid you would despise me, think that my words and actions didn't match, that I was toying with others' feelings, so I could only use money to silence Zhou Han. Jingchuan, give me another chance to turn over a new leaf. Even without going to prison, I can deeply recognize my mistakes. Listening to Ji Ningning's continuous apologies, I felt a sense of sudden realization. Just over a month ago, she was my deeply cherished lover. But now, we sat under the judgment of the court, with her in tears, while I felt not the slightest bit of sympathy. Ms. Jiang, deliberately damaging someone else's reputation and business credibility comes with legal consequences. Upon hearing this, Jiang Ningning seemed unable to stand steadily. The judge quickly announced the punishment. Jiang Ningning had deliberately fabricated facts online, instigated cyberbullying to attack me, and spread false information, damaging my personal business reputation and product credibility, causing me significant economic losses. For these multiple offenses, she was sentenced to 2 years of imprisonment. When Jiang Ningning was being arrested by court police, she continuously struggled to break free from restraints and rushed toward me. Jingchuan, you promised to marry me. How could you send me to prison? I am your lover. Jingchuan, I'm willing to bear all consequences. I'll compensate you for all your losses. If you don't let me go to prison, I can pay back your money sooner. Even now, she was still dreaming about reviving the Jiang Biological Company. I rose from my seat and looked down at her disheveled appearance. Jiang Ningning, you have neither capital nor connections. In just 2 short years, your medical aesthetics company was able to be listed in Hong Kong. Do you think it was because of your good fortune? When your traffic was at its peak, why did investors withdraw all funding? Because I was the investor. Without my capital injection, without my connections paving the way for you, you are nothing. Coming out of the courthouse, looking at the clear blue sky, I welcomed my new life. Jiang Ningning's biotech company was quickly auctioned off, with all auction funds used to compensate for my losses. I didn't keep this money, but instead donated it all to charity. After the first trial concluded, Jiang Ningning filed an appeal, but the court rejected her application. While I was handling the Jiang Ningning case, Gu Mingyue simultaneously won both the Goddess Crown and the Best Actress Award, becoming tremendously popular. Her fans created a trending topic online. Did President Bai bring the superstar home today? Moon Gu staked everything to help me out of my predicament, preventing my stock price from plummeting to the bottom. If I were to clarify our relationship at this time, her haters would surely put the blame on her. I could only put aside this thought for now. To repay Moon Gu for saving my reputation, I often bid on various jewelry for her. Although she wasn't short of money herself, it was still my way of showing appreciation. Gradually, we broke through the spatial temporal gap that had existed for over a decade, and were increasingly drawn to each other's souls. She praised me as a business genius, while I complimented her as a renowned actress. A year later, I decided to shift my company's focus back to the domestic market. I couldn't bear the loneliness of a long-distance relationship and wanted to spend more time by Moon Gu's side. During a candlelit dinner, I took out the sugar cube ring I had bid on, got down on one knee, and proposed. Miss Moon Gu, would you be willing to become my wife? I do. When the proposal photos went viral across major platforms, people praised it as a true love story of redemption. My wedding with Gu Mingyue was held on an island. As if heaven blessed our love. On our wedding day, the sun shone brightly, and the spring breeze was gentle. 2 years after our marriage, my wife Gu Mingyue gave birth to a daughter who inherited her mother's beauty, with big round eyes and fair skin. After Jiang Ningning was released from prison, she called me several times, begging me to give her a chance to survive and not to destroy her completely. I refused to answer her calls, until the day my wife and I stood together cutting the ribbon at the opening ceremony of a new shopping plaza. In a corner not far away, Jiang Ningning was wearing worn-out cleaning staff uniform, limping on one foot, looking at us with amazement and envy. I felt extremely grateful in my heart that she had pushed me away, allowing me to meet Gu Mingyue, such a sincere and true lover. Thinking of this, Gu